So this is part 3 of section 5.1, working with radicals. Alright, so D of example 2, we have an index of 5. We want to write it as a mixed radical. So I'm going to prime factorize. And the prime factorization of 96 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, and then expand x to the 6, x times x times x 6 times. Okay, and we're looking for the fifth root. Okay, so that fifth root tells us that we want to group our numbers into fives. Okay, so 5 of a kind. And I'm going to pull those out, so I get 2 times x. I'm left with 3x inside the bracket, and that's going to give me 2x, fifth root of 3x. Okay, and if you want to use the other method, then you're going to write that 96 is 32 times, no, not 32, 16 times, yeah, sorry, 32 times 3, and then x to the 5 times x, this is the fifth root, okay, and the fifth root of 32 is 2, and the fifth root of x to the 5 is x, and you are left with 3x inside the radical, and so your answer is 2x, fifth root of 3x. Okay, so our last question is asking us to compare and order radicals. The question is that we have 5 bent wood boxes, each in the shape of a cube, that have the following diagonal lengths in centimeters. Now, a bent wood box is a First Nations artwork, and what they do is they take some wood and they steam it, and then they shape it into, in this case, a cube. Okay, and that's why it's called a bent wood box. What we're asked to do with these diagonals is to order them from least to greatest. That means from the smallest number to the biggest number. You are not to use your calculator. All that means is that you will not convert these numbers into decimals. What you want to do, the best way to compare them is to compare them as entire radicals. So you'll need to go back to what we did on example 1 if you want to review. Okay, so we're going to take 4 times 13 to the 1/2 power. Okay, and just a reminder that when we raise something to the half power, that means we're looking at the square root. So it really means 4 times the square root of 13. Now to write this as an entire radical, I want to put the 4 inside the bracket, so I have to square it. And then I get root 208. So 8 root 3. Same thing, pop the 8 inside, we're going to square it. That gives us the square root of 192. Now, even the 14 has to be written as a radical. You're going to pop it inside the radicals, you're going to square it, and that gives us the square root of 196. The square root of 202 can stay the way it is, and 10 root 2, pop the 10 inside, you're going to go 10 times 2, that gives you 100 times 2, which is 200, and now we have them all in the same format so we can order them. Alright, so the smallest number is root 192. The second smallest number is root 196. The next one is root 200, then square root 202, and then square root 208. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're ordering these, you want to order them using the original numbers. Okay, so that means we want to go 8 root 3 is less than 14, which is less than 10 root 2, which is less than square root of 202, which is less than 4 times 13 to the 1/2 power. Okay, and this is going to end part 3.